श्री साईश्वराय नमः हरिः ॐ. Offering our collective love at the divine lotus feet of Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba, loving Sai Rams to one and all. A very common shloka that we all chant, Shuklam Baradharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye. When we look at a mantra or a shloka, we first have to understand the syllables. Here there are 16 syllables as indicated in the figure. So total 32 syllables, 16 in each line, represents Anushtup Chandas. The first line has 15 short syllables and one long syllable as highlighted in the first line, Klam. And in the second line, there are 12 short and 4 long syllables, Dhya, Yet, Ghno, Shan, A. It's very important to take a mantra or a shloka and understand each syllable, and a short syllable takes about 0.17 seconds and a long syllable 2.5 seconds. So the first line is chanted in 5 seconds, and the second line, because of 4 long syllables, will take almost twice the time. So now let's look at this shloka and see how we should chant it. Shuklam Baradharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye. There are no intonations or swara associated with the shlokas. However, a swara pattern helps with synchronous group chanting. Now let's apply a swara pattern to this shloka. We put the vertical lines and the red underlines to indicate a swara pattern. Now everybody can together follow both the pronunciation guidelines and also the pattern of chanting. Shuklam Baradharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye. Now let's look at the most commonly chanted shloka on Guru. 16 syllables in the first line, 16 syllables in the second line. This is also the very famous Anushtup Chandas. In the first line, there are 3 long syllables and 13 short syllables, so a total chanting time of approximately 9.7 seconds. And the second line has 12 short and 4 long syllables. Let's look at some of the Visarga rules and also how to chant this with proper holdings. And as we discussed in the Visarga modules, the Ra Shabda or the sound substitutes the Visarga, and therefore they turn into Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnur, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha. And in the second line, Guruhu plus Sakshat, the Sa gets emphasized and therefore it becomes Guru Sakshat. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnur Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. In the first line, you cannot take a break between these visargas until you come to Devo. And in the second line, you have to put emphasis on the S sound and chant Guru Sakshat. The holdings there, Maheshwaraha, because He is long vowel syllable followed by Shva, and Sakshat is the same principle, long vowel followed by a consonant. The consonant gets held more. Smai Shri. Smai is long vowel and Shri gets held. Now let's chant. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnur Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. A very common mistake in chanting the shlokas is that people chant them as rhythm patterns. Sri Mata Sri Maharagni Srimat Simhasaneshwari Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta Devakarya Samudyata. 16 syllables, and because there is a long vowel in the center of the first line and in the center of the second line, it creates a pause pattern. However, that pause pattern is not a rhythm and it does not apply to all the shlokas. Now, if you go to another shloka where there is a short vowel at the 8th syllable, you cannot take a pause, and therefore you have to chant continuously. Ashtami Chandra Vibhraja Dalikasthala Shobhita. And the incorrect chanting is Ashtami Chandra Vibhraja Dalikasthala Shobhita Mukha Chandra Kalankabha Mruganabhivisheshaka. Understand the pronunciation of each syllable and then chant the shlokam. Now we move on from shlokas to the mantras and the Ganapati mantra. Om Gananantva Ganapati Gum Havamahe Kaving Kavinamupamashravastamam Jyeshtha Rajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashrinvannutibhi Sida Sadanam. As you can see from this mantra, it's very hard to take breaks where there are those blue letters italicized, because those are sandhis, and so one has to be careful in not breaking those sandhis. Om Ganana Antva Ganapati Gum Havamahe Kaving Kavinamupamashravastamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashrinvannutibhi Sida Sadanam. Next mantra. Prano Devi Saraswati Vajebhir Vajinivati Dhinama Vitriyavatu. A common mistake made again is in the second line. Dhinama Vitriyavatu, or people are chanting, or Vitrayavatu. As you can notice, the syllable is Triyavatu. It's not Triyavatu or Trayavatu. Dhinam Avitriya vatu. Dhinam avitryavatu. Prano Devi Saraswati Vajebhirvajinivati Dhinama Vitryavatu. Prano Devi Saraswati Vajebhirvajinivati Dhinama Vitryavatu. Ganeshaya Namaha Saraswatyai Namaha Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. We request you to also practice the Gayatri Mantra based on the same principles, and this is the chanting of the Yajurvedic Gayatri Mantra. Om Bhurbhuvassuvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvassuvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you all for your incredible passion and commitment and dedication to learn and chant the Veda mantras properly. If you are interested in further continuing this study, we request you to complete these modules, practice these mantras, and email us at info@vedastudy.net, and we will email you back on the next steps. Om Shri Sai Ram. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.